What's going on, everybody? This is episode 4 of Pathways. Today I got 3 guests with me. Unfortunately, one guest couldn't come. I don't think he woke up. So that's on him. Quan, you should have woke up. But yeah, we just gonna get this started. Y'all boys can introduce yourself first. Whoever wanna go first.
My name is Trevor Williams. I go to Savannah State, play baseball there. I've been there for 4 years now. Coming up on my senior year. Yeah, let's get this podcast going.
My name is Trevor Gruszka. I played 2 years of JUCO baseball at Andrew College, 1 year at Columbus State, and then my last year, this past year, at Aiken. And I'm going to be a volunteer coach and hitting coach at Camden County this coming up season.
My name is Darin Parker. I played 4 years of college basketball, and I'm in the military now.
All right. Well, the first part we just gonna talk about for real is really like we can get into the conversation of like when you first started out in high school or whatever you call it for real, and like you can whoever wants to go first can talk about like their first high school story or like what inspired you to play and things like that. Whoever want to go. Anybody want to go?
Keep it going.
Same way.
Yeah.
Like just your high school journey for real. Like you can start out high school, middle school, anything for real. Yeah.
Well, I started off playing like at a young age, like everybody else. I played all 3 sports going up into high school. I got the basic story like everybody else that plays sports. You know, most people play 3, most people play 2. I ended up playing baseball throughout my whole summer year from 11 until I was like 17. I kind of wish I played one sport throughout high school, you know,
Wow.
Just because it'll give me a better chance at getting better at one sport.
Yeah.
I felt like me playing more than one sport made me like not have enough time for one sport that I really love to play, and sometimes it makes me feel like I lack the ability to play as good as I could, but you know, it's just the basic story like everybody else has. Nothing special. I could have played football, could have played a higher level of baseball, but
Why do you think you chose the baseball route over the football route?
simply because I played that majority of my life.
Yeah. But some people say like football is the easiest route to go. Well, not the easiest route, but like the easier route when it comes to going pro. Some people
agree.
think of that. So it's
I
like
agree.
with baseball, you got to go through like y'all know the
I
minors
agree.
and all that stuff. Get into MLB, like, bruh, I
Uh,
ain't feel like doing that.
if I would have played football more than baseball, I probably I agree because it's easier. It's way easier than baseball to get to the league like in football.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just have height or whatever it is that you have.
And you play quarterback, right?
I played both
okay.
receiver and quarterback. So because I was tall, I was able to jump over people and catch the ball.
Yeah.
I was an easier target. It was a whole lot easier in football. I had more success in football than I did baseball.
So I played a couple of sports when I was young, like real young. I'm talking about like 6 years old, 5 years old. But pretty much since I was 4 years old, like I played baseball my whole life, and I played that till I was 22. I played for like 18 years.
Yeah.
That's all I really knew.
Who inspired you for real? Like to play?
Probably my brother,
Your brother?
because like he's 3.5 years older than me to the day, and like I went to all his games when I was young. You know what I'm saying? So like seeing him play all the time, I think I just like. And I can't even recollect going to all the tournaments and all that much. I was so young, but like I think that's what inspired me, and then I was hooked from there. Like I knew from like the moment I started playing baseball when I was young, I was hooked to it for a long time.
Yeah.
Like I even played against and with Vonnie when we was young a lot. So
Who won that battle though?
I definitely won that
Oh,
battle.
you won that battle? Y'all suck. Y'all suck.
Every time we played them, bro, they just beat us.
They won.
Yeah,
What was the names of the team? This was travel ball.
Yeah, it was
Travel ball. What team?
So I was in Southern Elite.
Southern League.
He was on the Shockers.
The Shockers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it was like a local team.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I kind of feel the opposite. Like I wish I would have played like football or something else, because I feel like I was really athletic. Especially I played outfield, I played infield, I pitched, I did a lot of different stuff. But I really feel like I lacked a lot of like size for like my positions. So I feel
what
like
position do you play now?
Well, I'm done now, but I did play.
Yeah.
I played right field and first base for like my last 2 or 3 years of college.
Mhm.
Well, almost pretty much my whole year.
Yeah.
football, I feel like where I went to high school, Coffee County, like they football players, like it's football oriented heavily. Like
now we suck down here. For some of us, not everybody suck. Not everybody suck, but like Aiken High specifically, where we went to high school.
It was a long time ago, but like Tyreek Hill went to my high school.
Oh yeah, that's your cousin, man. Y'all do look alike.
But
but okay. I see that.
I kind of wish that I would have played another sport just to be a little, even that much more athletic and more size. I feel like would have helped a lot. But yeah, I mean it's kind of like anything else. Any other kid that plays when they're young, you know, you have a dream of becoming big, going pro one day, and that's the same stuff.
Yes, sir. What about you, Darin?
I've only played football and basketball.
Yeah.
I ain't never played baseball. I ain't gonna lie. No, bro. But
couldn't get on that field.
Nah. Only reason is though, cause like my dad ain't never played baseball, so like who's gonna teach me? You know what I'm saying? So like he just really put us in sports that like he played. But I stopped playing football like 10th grade. Yeah, it was over with. I ain't gonna lie. But I started playing basketball when I was like 6. Kind of what he said, typical. Just start young playing sports and junk like that. But I didn't really start taking it serious until like really after high school. For real. I was BS in high school, honestly. But I went to South Aiken and Aiken High. You already know, but I went to both.
How do you feel? What was that journey like for you? Like switching.
I ain't gonna lie. It was smooth though. Like people was hating the jump, but like, like Coach Jackson, I just knew he was a good coach. You know what I mean? So like making that switch was easy because I had a bunch of BS going on South Aiken, but I don't get into that. But
you can talk about it.
But I just knew Coach Jackson knew basketball, you know what I'm saying? I knew he was going to teach me the right way. And then we had, you know what I'm saying, people transfer over there with me, so it was just a better situation. But it's kind of just a regular story. I started when I was like 6 playing, but I ain't done playing, but I'm just in the military now, but
Yeah, okay. So what would you say, like, give me like a memorable moment from your early days.
My early days?
Yeah, anything. Like a favorite moment you got, anything.
Just
anything.
Not dealing with sports, just.
Nah, it did.
With sports?
Yeah, dealing with sports,
Shit, probably when I hit my very first home run, probably.
Yeah.
I feel like that's every kid.
Yeah, that is, for baseball, for sure,
I was, I think I was 11 and was playing in Jessup, Georgia. And it was a tournament. Country. Yeah. It was a tournament, and I got that outside pitch, that up and away, and I just hit it backside, bro. That was my very first home run, backside home run.
Okay.
For us to put us up in take the lead and win the game.
Yeah.
It's just nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It's just
something simple.
Something simple.
What about you, Joe?
That's actually a really good point. I ain't gonna lie. It's like if you're talking about like really early stages of playing baseball.
I mean, anything. Like you could say, go from high school to college, anything. All of it. Just favorite moment you think.
A favorite moment
of
all time. I mean, for baseball, it can't really get much better. I went to a World Series at JUCO.
Oh
so
yeah, you know so.
That's probably like the last out of that. Like we were the last seed in our conference. We were like the most like technically the worst record. Everything we won our conference. We went to district, and then when you play that, you play versus Tennessee. We played the team versus Tennessee Chat State, and probably the last out of that, dude, like and it was in Colorado. Like that last out happened, it clicked that you're about to go to the World Series, play with like the top 10 teams in the nation. I can't really explain that. It's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, what's the deal with like with JUCO and what would you say the difference is between JUCO and Division II or Division I? Like from your experience.
In my conference, well, honestly, any conference. Like, so there's 3 different divisions of junior college: D1 JUCO, D2 JUCO. But like D1 JUCO, there's good levels of baseball in all of them. But I would say my conference, and especially the surrounding in the South, hitting is just like everybody hits. Like the pitching is just not that good. Everybody hits. The games are like 15 to 13 all the time. When I got D2, like. You have your games like that every once in a while, but the hitters are good, but it's just there's more pitchers and not a lot of throwers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they're more crafty. Like people really like. There's a smarter pace. There's a smarter players, a higher pace of play. I had to get used to the pitch clock. We didn't have that JUCO, so that was on there. But yeah, more pitchers, like with good secondary stuff, like good sliders, good changeups. Like there's JUCO guys that got like arrested or flunked out of class, and these guys got drafted out of high school, but then and then they went back to JUCO. So they throw 95, 96, 98, and those guys were really good, but they just threw hard.
Yeah.
They didn't have all this secondary stuff, so like that's pretty much.
Yeah. Now, do you think that when it comes to kids committing to schools, if you don't have a guaranteed spot, do you think kids should go to JUCO?
I mean, I think it's a really good idea, and especially now.
Yeah, especially now, and then with like the new rule they got and everything.
The new rule, I think that what's gonna happen, man. Honestly, like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I was right when I said this, but in the next 5 years, so junior college, I think is gonna start, and I could be wrong, but like, the years didn't matter for us. Like, if we went to JUCO, I can get eligibility later. So if JUCO might start being like a prep high school, like JUCOs might start being a high school 2-year, like. You go there, they don't count for
because they don't even count. Yeah.
So I mean, people are gonna get when you're 15 years old, and your parents are 16 years old, and you're gonna get drafted. Yeah. They're gonna get you GED in high school early online, and you go play JUCO for 2 years, and you're 18 with 2 college levels under your belt. And
I didn't even think about it like that.
So that's probably what's gonna happen. I ain't gonna lie. It's just kind of the direction we're headed in because even the JUCO I played 2 years ago, like it's honestly a little bit different. Like. You know, so, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Dan, what about you? Favorite moment? Anything?
I'll go with high school though. I'll probably say, I ain't gonna say his name, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say his name though. It'll probably be like, you probably remember this too, the rivalry game, Aiken Hopper, South-Aiken, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whole city out, making somebody fall at half court, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I say his name.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say his name. If you know, you know, man. But I'll probably say that was my favorite high school moment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But college, my JUCO wasn't trash, but you know what I'm saying? We wasn't like the best, but like we were probably like 8th in the conference. We played against the first team in the conference, blew them out like to put us in a tournament, blew them out by like 30. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I had a pretty good game too, but I'll probably say that's probably my favorite moment in college too. Though.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what was the recruiting process for y'all?
Me?
Just like, what was it like?
Mine was like pretty dry, man. Yeah. Like, from the high school I was from, none of my coaches were like in college for any sport. It was just like the community coach, you know. They didn't really have any connections. So for like, especially in football, like I had to do everything myself. Yeah. I had to go to camps. I had to join a 7-on-7 team for like when I was a quarterback. Yeah. Especially baseball, like I didn't get nothing in baseball. Like the Savannah State, I went to a camp to get that offer. So it's like recruiting at my school was pretty dry. Like not even just for me, like all my other teammates.
Yeah, and that's coaches.
They had to do everything.
Yeah, they're just coaches in school systems, bro. Yeah.
Like the offer I got one time was just from another kid on the opposite team getting recruited from that school. So that was the only way I got that offer. But yeah, like they said they would try to do it, but they never did. And I got looked when I played travel ball. Other than that, bro, like my coaches they said they reached out, but I don't think they ever did.
Just lying, bro.
Yeah, like none of my teammates that play college football, they got their own offers. Like going to camps and stuff. Like,
do you think it's better doing it on your own, or do you think you?
Nah.
I mean, it's because in a way sometimes it feels like it's better, but I don't know. Because some people could be lying. Because you never know what a person is saying on the other side of the phone.
I wouldn't say it's better, but it'll make you work harder. I'll tell you that. Yeah. But it's always good to have like connections and a coach that knows people. Yeah. It'll make it easier on you to like put your talent out there.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Trevor? Recruiting process. What was it like for you?
In high school, it was actually like really dry. I went to when I went to Andrew, I was at a camp. Went crazy, did really good.
It seems like camps is the way to go.
It is.
Like same for me. Like it seems like camps is the way to go, especially nowadays with all the travel ball and all it being like a ton of money and everything. Well, you can just pay $100, go to a little camp real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then you go into that specific school too of the camp, or if it's like a college prospect camp where coaches will be there because you know how people be lying. coach didn't come to your game. So, but yeah.
That's it.
You lying, bro. Coach didn't come to the game.
You definitely gotta be smart with the camps. Like you gotta know that you're able to go to that camp and perform. You know what I mean? Like I would never ask a 13 or 14-year-old like, yeah, dude, you're gonna get seen early, go to camps early.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, you need to be able to play baseball at a pretty good level. Maybe looking at college like junior, senior year, maybe before you. I mean, there's some anomalies. You know, sophomore, freshman year, those guys are probably gonna get jacked anyways. They ain't gotta go to camps. They'll come to the high school games, but. Yeah, mine was kind of long-winded. Like it was up and down. Like through my whole career, it was really weird. Like I got offered by ABAC, who's now a 4-year, but they were at JUCO, and then I got offered by, or maybe I was about to get offered by ABAC. I can't remember if I did or didn't, but I got offered by South Georgia State College, which is in my hometown, and then I got offered by Andrew. And Andrew just stuck for some reason because the coach, his name's Coach Blake Williams. He coaches at ABAC now, but he coached there, and I mean. I don't know. We just had that team had an unbelievable bond. Like it was unbelievable. So that's one thing that made us good. But high school only had Andrew. My head coach, Cy Jones, he's now coach at Thomas County Central. He was coach at Coffee. He was his first year being head coach. First year I was there as a freshman. So we kind of like freshman, like you know, being
what was
there.
That like?
It was cool. It was cool. He had really good intentions. He struggled early on, I think, but like. I still keep in touch with him to this day, and I played my senior year at Aiken with his son named Cannon. Cannon Jones, he's still at Aiken, and we had a really good bond. And I think that's what like coaches should really look at is how they can have a really good bond and like be there for their players. You know, because that's what matters the most.
For a reason,
Because like then I want to play for him. You know what I mean? And like even though he'd made some mistakes, like. I knew he was a player's coach, so like coming up, him being the first time being a head coach and me being a freshman, even though I was young, I understood some stuff. And when by my senior year, we had a really good relationship. But going into college, it kind of changed for me. I never hit a home run in high school ever in my life. Like I'm a pretty small kid. My freshman year of JUCO, we're at this tournament in Panama City Beach, and we're playing like Miami. I don't know if you know these teams, but. Wabash Valley, Miami-Dade, San Jac. There's like Northwest Florida. All these like really good powerhouse. Central Florida wasn't there that year, I don't think, but these powerhouse teams in JUCO in Florida. And that weekend I went 11 for like 14 with like 6 doubles and a home run. I went from not having an offer out of high school, barely at all, 1 or 2, and I took Andrew. I did that, and after that tournament, like San Francisco Giants scout came up and asked me about some pictures they were looking at that I hit off of. So like, I went from being literally nothing to that, and then 2 or 3 months later, Columbus State offered me, Georgia College offered me, like all these D2s were offering me, and like I got like Western Kentucky was the coach recruiting coordinator was texting me, and nothing came from that. But like. It is crazy how the recruiting process flips, and some kids
that quick too.
Don't understand how close they might be from a team taking a chance on them. And it's not even the fact that a coach might not think you're good enough for his program. He's going through and like recruiting all these different kids. And right now, before you have a relationship with that coach one-on-one, you're just a number, bro. He don't know you, and you can't fault him for that because you're just choosing from all the schools that are, you know what I mean. So like. It's just about that coach will take a chance when he do. That's all it is.
Exactly. To all the coaches that don't have a bond with their players, they don't like you. Sorry. So what about you, Darin?
I won't say mine was slow, but it was just like a lot of coaches were scared to take a risk on me. You know, when I was like bigger, like I ain't really passed the eye test. You know what I'm saying? Like so, coaches would be like, "Yo, you got the skill, but we just don't know if you can play at that speed or play at that pace." You know what I'm saying? So like. I had a lot of schools I was reaching out to. I kind of did my own recruiting, but you know how Coach Jackson is. Coach Jackson kind of got his little connections. You know what I'm saying? So he's like funnel you in. You know what I'm saying? But mine was more so just like I would hear back from a bunch of schools, and they would tell me like, "Yeah, man, you're good and all, but just like you're like a football player. Or you're good and all, but you gotta get your speed up. Or you're good and all, and it's just we don't know if you can adapt to that level. You know what I'm saying? But I think I had 3 offers out of high school. I had like a bunch of walk-ons, you know what I'm saying? But I think I only had 3, Newberry, CIU, and Erskine, I want to say, which is crazy. I ended up going to Erskine my last year, but I ended up choosing Newberry though, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, my recruiting was like mid though, 192. too crazy, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was like slow either though.
Yeah. Okay. Did y'all have any setbacks in your career?
Yeah, hella.
Like, were they injuries?
Injury is probably the biggest, I ain't gonna lie. Like, there's two things, and this is for baseball. He probably got something for basketball that he probably shared with people that are young, but like, there's two things that I wish I would have done as an older guy that would not have set me back. And that's be more mobile and take care of my body, and then be smart with the years that I have. Because I might be a sophomore in college or a sophomore in high school, but I think, I'll be fine. I got time. But like,
you don't.
I'm
it goes by too fast.
It's such a cliche. People ahead of you said, it goes by fast. And when you were young, you were like, whatever. But then when you get older, man, you look back and you wish you were a little bit smarter.
Exactly.
So there's so much truth in that. But being mobile and taking care of my body and actually stretching. When I was young and I was 18 years old or 17 years old, and I got there and not throw without banding or do all that, and like it was fine then.
Yeah.
But when I was a senior, like last year and the year before that, like you reap the consequences. You joint your knees, your shoulder. I start hurting. Like I tore my hamstring, and I partially tore a ligament in my knee just because when I was young I didn't stretch a lot.
Yeah.
Lifted.
You tore that while in college?
Tore my hamstring in my junior year, sophomore year of high school, and then my freshman year of college.
How'd you stay motivated with that? Like to keep playing after that with something like that? Because I know that.
I'll be honest with you, it's just like from the coach being able to start me every day and just knowing I wanted to perform and go. Like when I was a JUCO, I wanted to go to the D. I wanted to go D. I wanted to go to the next level. So I knew like there's always gonna be somebody working harder than you. There ain't no doubt about that. Like. But I didn't want to. I wanted to have the mentality that I was going to try to outwork that person that thought they were working harder than me. And I knew that it's going to be a setback. But if I stayed pretty like steadfast on it, that injury, I could rehab it and get back to it, which I did. Like my knees are fine now.
Yeah.
Hamstring's fine. But I think I kind of felt like I owed it to my teammates. You know what I mean?
They can't be over that.
I felt like I owed it to my teammates.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to. But, yeah, that's a major setback. Probably for everyone's injury.
Yeah. What about you, Darin?
You
had a couple injuries,
I had 2 surgeries last year, for real. But early on, I used to have, like, real bad knee problems because I was big, you know what I'm saying? Being that big and playing on with all that weight, playing basketball every day, you know what I'm saying, and wear and tear on your knees. I ended up having surgery on my patella tendon last year and on my wrist, broke a bone in my wrist. But like what he said though, like I wish I would just took like taking care of my body more serious back then. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't used to lift. For real. Like I used to be in there BS and just doing stuff, but I ain't really like targeting body parts. You know what I'm saying? And trying to build my quads because that's how you protect your tendon. And, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But I would just say taking stuff like that more serious and stretching.
Yeah.
Like,
I ain't never used to stretch either. I go on the court. They'd be over there stretching. I just throw my shoes on, do a little, where the ball at, and just go on the hoop. You know what I'm saying? But just honing in on my body for real, I would say was like one of my biggest setbacks for real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vaughn, what about you? Any setback?
Nah, I never really had it. Well, I mean, my ankle.
Any setback. This could be like anything. It doesn't have to be an injury. And like to say like how'd you stay motivated through that setback?
I just say, just trying to like figure out how to stay like you said, stay motivated.
Yeah.
I mean, that was probably my biggest setback in a way.
Yeah.
I never really had setbacks. I mean, I had ankle injuries, but you can't really do nothing about that, you know. But just like you said, being motivated. Like, that's probably the hardest part, especially when you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. How'd you stay motivated?
When you don't know whether or not you're going to college.
Yeah.
It's just you got to have that passion to want to be better than what you is and like reach that goal you want.
And then for you, like when you're in college, and then like say if you're not getting playing time, how'd you stay motivated, or how do you stay motivated?
You got to be humble.
Yeah.
That's the biggest part. To be motivated and you not getting playing time, you just got to be humble. Like you got to know. First of all, you got to know if you're good or not.
Yeah.
Whether you know if you're good or not, then that's how you be humble.
Yeah.
Like if you think you're good enough to play, and you're humble, that's how you just stay motivated. Like if you know I can play at this level, and when I get my shot, I can shine and play throughout the whole, like, the rest of my career. You just gotta keep grinding. Like, that's the only way to you know, get where you want. And that's in anything, not just baseball. That's like life in general. You know, you want that job, you gotta figure a way out to, like, to get your name and get noticed in that job and move up in the rankings. I mean, that's just everything. Not just sports. You know. But I never really had setbacks.
Okay. What would y'all say the best advice a coach has given you? Anything from any coach. Anybody can go. Whoever wants to know. Whoever got it on their head right now. Best advice a coach has ever given you.
I don't know if it's advice, but like Coach Jones, Cy Jones, like he told me one time, like I guess it was later. I don't even. I was done playing for him, and something didn't work out, or like I played really good my freshman year at JUCO, and then sophomore year I played a little bit worse, but good enough. I ended up going to Columbus State, and I ended up playing with the Sun the next year. This was before I was even there, so. But it just kind of was eye opening. But if somebody's ever focused on or too focused on where they're gonna go, or where they're trying to be at, he was like, I was on a phone call, driving down the interstate. I told him about my commitment to Columbus from JUCO. I was about to go there, and he's like, "You're where you're supposed to be at." You know what I mean? So like, when he said those small words, it just kind of like, okay, like I ain't gotta focus on like trying to get drafted. It's like, where I'm at now, where I'm at, let's be grounded in where I'm at, and let's focus on what I got to do right now. Okay. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all too, Vaughn, Darin? Anybody? Best advice from a coach?
I don't have nothing sticking in my head right now.
For real?
I don't think about it.
I'll probably say, from my JUCO coach, he used to always tell me, like, the work you put in now is not for now, it's for later. And I feel like he meant just, like, people put in work now thinking they can get it right now. And there's more so for, like, you got stack days, you know what I'm saying? And, like, even me, I'm a testimony of, like, I'll be putting in work, and I'll be like, I'm like, well, I ain't seeing the progression. I'm seeing everybody else that's not even doing what I'm doing progressing. It's just like, why the stuff that I'm doing, I'm not seeing that progression, you know what I'm saying? So, like, just understanding that the work you're putting in now adds up to when the person that's not putting in work stop. Like, you're going to always catch them, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'd probably say that's probably the best advice I got. You know what I'm saying?
Now for you, you're in the military right now, right?
Yeah.
So are you hooping in the military?
Yeah.
So what is that like?
Well, I ain't get there yet. I'll leave for Hawaii Monday, but
Hawaii, shit.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm going to Hawaii, but I mean, it ain't got to be basketball though. But more so, just like the military's filled with like really a bunch of different type of people, you know. So like, you got people that think they got it all, think they know it all, think they have high speed, but like they ain't really putting a pen on paper. You know what I'm saying? They're not really doing the stuff behind it. They just might be a higher rank than you. They just might just be been in longer. You know what I'm saying? But like, the more you just kind of just steady yourself, put in the work, you'll catch them. You know what I mean? Like, you'll separate from all of them because like none of them really like had to really do nothing. You could just be there and rank up, but like you ain't really to really rank up and like have like a certain type of substance to what you're doing. Like you gotta like put in the work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay. What would y'all say is the biggest difference from high school to college?
Speed.
Yeah. All right. He right on that.
Speed for sure.
That's like the biggest thing. Yeah. Speed. Like you're in high school and like everything is slow. Like you can be nonchalant, you can be slow and just still make the play or score the basket, you know. But when you get to college, you go to college with that same mentality. And it's like speed up. And you think you're going fast, but in reality you're not. It feels like you're speeding up, but you're not. You know? Yeah. I mean that's like you said, speed, that's the biggest thing in my opinion.
Same thing?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean there's like certain things that you get by with, like getting by with stuff too. Like I hit a ball in the air in the gap in right center, that thing's easily catchable, but I'm playing a bad team. And that boosts my average that week a little bit in high school. In college, like I played plenty of teams. In college, like it feels like
random dude. It'd be the worst teams. Always that one random dude in the alpha who just
hog everything down.
Hog everything down.
It don't matter how good I hit it. So like, getting away with stuff and the pace of play and the speed, like just like the refined players. They ain't just out there like just somebody's a dummy good athlete and they don't have knowledge. Like most people that high level teams, like most of the guys there, I'd say, have a good grasp and knowledge of the game, and like they play a little faster.
Yeah. How important do you think it is, like when it comes to college? How important do you think team bonding is? Like
that's everything.
That's
everything,
a
bro.
big part.
Yeah.
Especially JUCO.
I feel like yeah. How is that? Yeah. Like what's that like?
Cause like everybody trying to get out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's like the gift and the curse of JUCO. Like how bro said, everybody trying to go D1. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like if you don't produce, like you're not going D1. But I think most JUCOs don't realize like the further y'all go as a team, the more people gonna see you. So like the further you get, like, cause our JUCO, we were D1 JUCO, but like we in Region 10, we not Region 8, Region 12, Region 7, none of that. So like we playing good teams, but like getting to Kansas is where all the coaches at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if like we ain't a team and like really believing in each other and playing together to get to Kansas, like nobody gonna get seen. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like it play a real big part for real.
Yeah, team bonding is a big thing, bro. If you ain't got team bonding, in reality, your team gonna be. Most of the time, y'all gonna lose a lot. Most of the time, y'all gonna lose a lot because y'all don't trust each other at all. Anything, especially with basketball, you gotta have trust a lot because you pass it to each other the entire time, or whatever you call it. Baseball, it's a little different, but like it's still the same thing, you know. You just gotta have trust in your teammate to go do good, you know. That's how I see it for real.
Yeah, we would. I'm telling you, if you'd have looked at the team that went to the World Series in my JUCO, like you would have laughed, dude. I'm talking. We had one guy go to a mid-major D1. Everybody else, like half the team stopped playing baseball. Like I'm not even kidding. Like they were done after JUCO. Like they did not go to a D2 or D1. Like some of us did, but I mean, we literally just were unbreakable, dude. Like that bond was unbelievable, and I knew, and it wasn't a fake. People can fake that type of trust. They can fake that type of stuff. That when I go up there, I'm in the dugout or I'm up at bat and somebody's cheering for me. I wasn't like questioning whether they were for real about their motivation towards me. Like I knew they were. That's right. And that's like if you don't got it at all, that's a problem. But if you got a team trying to fake it, that's another problem. So like that, it's everything, dude. I can't express that enough. That I mean, you're gonna have friends throughout your life, work friends, maybe. Your wife might have some friends, you might meet them in the future, like later down the road. But like, when I tell you, and y'all can attest to this, all y'all, I don't think I will ever be closer than the friends I made in JUCO and baseball to anybody in my life, bro. I'm being dead serious. Like, it's a different type of bond.
That
like,
bond is tight, bro.
In the middle of nowhere, just y'all type.
Everybody's going through the same thing. He's got classes every day. He's got to go through 3-hour practices a day. He's got the same stuff on his plate, and y'all dealing with it together.
Eat with each other, like
you go to the cafeteria, like
cafeteria times, bro. That's where the bonding really clicks for real.
The road bus game, like the road game on the bus, bro. That's the best. That's the best, man.
And then for us, really, I mean, in Savannah, we just went out. So the whole team would go out like I'm talking about everybody, like the whole entire team would come out and went like that's amazing, bro. That's amazing. That's like those are the best times for real when you're with your team. Besides like playing on the field and stuff like that. But team bonding matters a lot. It matters a lot. How did y'all handle the pressure and expectations with playing college sport? Y'all college sport.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really have none for real.
My fault.
Huh?
That's what not for real. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't say people just expected me to go and like go to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even really say. Like expectations, I ain't really have none for. I would say I had personal goals I was trying to achieve, but like.
Now, how did you handle the pressure?
Not good at first. You know what I'm saying, but you just realize that you gotta stay true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Believe in yourself, be confident. I mean, pressure ain't really pressure unless you make the pressure. You know what I'm saying? So, but
What about you?
I did good with it at first, like really good. Like I honestly was like I said, really small, kind of under size, especially going to college. And I had a really good season because I really didn't like thinking much, which I should have felt like I stayed like that. But once I had a lot of success, the more success I got gradually, and it started like the day I talked to that giant scout, bro, like then it become like I honestly, if you want to be completely honest with you, I wanted to go to the MLB. But like when I was coming out of high school, I wanted to go JUCO. I just wanted to go to a D1. I didn't know how really possible that was. But once I talked to him, that kind of became a little bit real.
It
You know what I mean?
real,
So when that became real, that pressure kind of set in of, oh shit, like this might be possible. Like I gotta perform. When in reality, if I could have just kept the same mindset, I think I'd have been better off. I think purpose is probably like the number one way to deal with everything. Like pressure, expectations. Like mine really was like my family. Like they're paying for me all this money to go to college and stuff. And one of my main reasons is to go play baseball. Like that was my purpose, was my family, my mom, my dad, whoever was like putting money and investing their time and money into me. I wanted to put out, and I wanted to do good. So that was
exactly. Yeah. What about you, Ron? Pressure.
At the beginning when I first got there, bro, I didn't handle it well. You know, it's like I said, like for being in high school, like my competition in high school didn't prepare me for college. Not D2 at least. Like my high school was not. It was like very mediocre, below average. So like that getting me prepared for college, it didn't really work out that well. So when I got to college, I was always nervous in front of the coach. Trying to make sure I'm like perfect.
Doing everything right.
Don't make no error. Like I wasn't being myself. And I didn't.
But that's when coaches. That's when like your friends and like coaches come into play with that stuff to just try to keep your head straight.
And the coach, Coach Hardy, he wasn't really. He wasn't really.
He didn't care.
He didn't really put it in my head. Hey, you're gonna make errors. It's gonna happen. It was just really I was just there on my own. And I had a couple teammates like chirping at me like, hey, you good. Just keep doing this. Like, but when I got there, bro, it's just I didn't take it in well. But sometimes when you get there, it ain't your turn. It may be my turn. This my last year. It might be my turn now. But like I say, you just gotta stay humble. Continue to work, and eventually it'll come together, and you perform how you want to.
What are some of the biggest challenges y'all have had to face in college? Anything. This doesn't have to be sports.
Balance. Family. You might have a girlfriend. You might have a lot of schoolwork at times. And you got sports. You're trying to do a lot of things at one time, but you're just one person. You can't be everywhere at once. So that's probably one of the biggest ones.
Okay. What about you, Barry?
Losing weight and chasing girls. I'm be honest. That's probably the biggest two for me. You know what I'm saying? Chasing girls just like a distraction. You should kind of be focused on what you're there for. You kind of lose sight of that. Chasing girls and chasing like, you know what I'm saying, parties and all that. Like, you can have your fun, don't get me wrong, but that and then losing weight that's just in itself like self-explanatory, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Why you answer?
I agree with him. It's like sometimes you just lose focus, man. Like I lost focus completely. Like there was a year where I didn't like really pay attention to class. Like I didn't do my work, and that was like probably my biggest setback. Like getting sent home because like I'm not passing my classes. It was that point to where like I'm gonna just go out and have fun with my boys at school and just play baseball, like forget class. And that was like my biggest setback. I got sent home for that, and it humbled me a lot. I tell you that. And I came back, got things straight, got my classes. I started paying attention more, But like you said, balance. You're only one person. You can't do everything at once,
Now how has
it's just hard to stay focused like that.
Now how has y'all respective sports changed you as a man?
Discipline. I feel like that's the biggest thing I got from playing basketball. Discipline. Repetition. Understand you gotta do something over and over and over and over again every single day if you really want to be the best at it and be willing to do it, because it's easier said than done. I mean, a lot of people say it, but it's like it's hard to wake up at 6 in the morning and go work out. It is. And then you gotta go to class, and then you get out of class and you go to practice. And after practice, you get extra shots up. And then on the weekends, you got one practice, but you still get some extra work. And like it's hard to do that every single day. You know what I'm saying? So discipline for sure.
Okay. What about you, Trevor?
I mean, you can't really explain it better than that.
You can't.
Nail on the head. Like, just when you're an athlete, you have a schedule, and you're very schedule oriented. You know what time it's going to be here. You know what class I got. I know what time practice is. I know what extra work time I'm gonna get in. I know what time I eat. Like everything is right there. So kind of like when you go to work and stuff, like you normal. Like it's like I know what time I got to do everything. You know, like you said, staying with repetition and knowing what I got coming every day. Like, yeah, I mean you can't really explain it much better than that. To be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get a couple more questions out of here, man, and then we'll be done for real. All right. What was y'all's favorite game day tradition? Anything. What was y'all favorite game day tradition?
Hey, if you went to Denmark Tech, if you know, you know. But I don't know, probably like eating before the game or something.
Yeah.
Like eat with the boys before the game.
Big bet.
Yeah, for real. The pregame meals be hitting. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'll probably say that though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think I really had like a.
Y'all didn't do nothing?
We did.
Like even you specifically, a game day, like your favorite game day tradition. He like food. So
I mean, I'm piggyback off him because we didn't have the team, right? I really did do something like every single day that was like a tradition that wasn't like a write something on my wrist tape or have a drink or something like that. But like we went to the calf, so we went to the field, hit batting practice. We're a home team. Our field hit bat practice, and then while the away team was hitting bat practice, we drove to the calf and ate while they were hitting. And that little like lunch before we played.
That's exactly what we did too. Exactly what we did. Like after we get done with BP, bro, they hit, we go eat.
Yeah, that's pretty much the best.
Okay. Same thing. Same thing. Yeah. All right. Where do y'all boys see yourself in 5 years, man? Think about it.
I mean,
it could be a quick answer.
I'll
be
coaching,
a long answer.
I'm gonna be coaching in a private sector hitting facility, coaching kids to be the best version of themselves.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
For sure.
Wow.
I have no picture in 5 years.
Yeah.
Like I haven't thought that far. You know, just trying to live life as it is and enjoy this moment.
Day by day.
Day by day.
Shit, I'm gonna keep it a being. Like, I still want to go pro for real, whether it's in the States, overseas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just feel like as long as you put in the work in, your dreams can't die. You know, as long as you put in the work in behind it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm a testimony that if you really know me, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really know me, you understand like what I mean by that. But yeah, still trying to make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotcha.
Overseas or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Professional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For sure.
Okay. Would y'all do anything differently, or what would you change to better your career?
I would have lost this weight senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Like, everybody used to be telling me that. My dad used to tell me that every single day. Like, you know, as a kid, you watching like, well, I don't know about baseball. I don't know this stuff about baseball. Like, but you hoop like Ball is Life. You know what I'm saying? Home team.
We had like a.
Like, y'all probably got some similar.
Well,
nah, not weird. Ball is Life is like.
I know.
You know
like,
Ball is Life.
Y'all probably got like a
baseball highlights or some shit.
Yeah.
What's that dude? I forgot his name. He on YouTube. He takes videos of all like the new prospects.
Black Cover Media?
Nah, it's the other one. I don't know.
Oh,
Youth
Prospects? Youth Prospects.
YP?
On Instagram.
Yeah, YP.
Yeah.
YP is kind of like that, but nah, it's different with baseball. Like, wait, the FTV Phillies. Scout team, like those type of videos. That was our type of video.
When they have like
each
they
team
analyze
has their own.
Lives and all that. You have like good teams and stuff,
You
like
were
people you
kids.
want to beat. Like in reality, people you want to beat.
Yeah.
Like to be real about people you want to beat.
Right.
That's what it is, bro. I mean, yeah, that's how it is. And like they're like, I think those guys are in the minor leagues, are still playing college baseball right now. So you like simple as that. Just people you want to beat. But like, what would y'all do different in your career?
Flip side of him, like I gain weight. Like I tried really hard. There's some setbacks for sure with my weight gain, but probably try to play football, which what I feel like would have literally I would have gained weight without even like I would have had to eat or I'd have starved because they did 2 days all the time. Like it just maybe a little more with that because I be honest with myself, I don't think I would have done any extra like work like cages like because I was. In high school, I did ask went out of the cage to the cage after work every fucking day, like every single day, bro. I really didn't work like I worked pretty damn hard in high school and especially in college, like. But the only thing was like the stuff that didn't have to directly do with me hitting a ball or throwing a ball, like outside of it is what I would have rather done differently.
Okay. Well,
I say I'm same as him. Like I put in work after practice almost every time. I was probably like the only one on my team that put in extra work.
Yeah.
But what I would do differently is just like know what I wanted after high school. Like I knew I wanted to go to college. I knew I wanted to be a professional baseball player, but I didn't know what would come with the actual like transition between high school and college. Yeah. Like how to get looked. Like I played travel ball, but I didn't know how to get my name out there. I didn't know how to make connections. Like I went to like the PG camps, the showcases. Like I did that, but I didn't know exactly how to get my name out there to get looked at. You know what I mean? But I just wish I did that better. Yeah. Anything else other than that, I just straight from there on. You know?
All right. We got one more question, boys. What advice would you give to all young players out there trying to play college baseball or trying to play a college sport? Any advice to give to young athletes out there? Anything?
Like the one of the number one things, like I was gonna repeat what I said earlier. I forgot what I said exactly, but the number one thing for me is, and I guess I was like, he kept saying he was testimony. I feel like I'm a testimony for this, and they probably are too, 100%. I know they put in a hell of work, but it really doesn't matter like how much work you put in. You're not guaranteed anything. Yeah. Like you can literally work your ass off from the time you start playing your sport at whatever age to the time you lace them up for the last time. And nothing's guaranteed, and that's the risk you have to take when you're playing a sport, because like everybody's doing it. Like so, not thinking you're above the game or other people. Go in there, put in your work like you're supposed to do, and don't think you're supposed to get all this stuff just because you're putting in work. You don't. Nobody owes you anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's really the best advice I give you.
Dan?
I really got two. One, you got to sacrifice. You got to be willing to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to sacrifice a lot of stuff if you truly want to be great at what you're doing. And it's not even really sports, but just you can keep it sports. But like, you got to sacrifice a lot of stuff. And then second, embracing the journey. I feel like people try to like focus so much on like the end goal rather than the whole process in between. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the beauty of like getting to that point is like the whole journey in between. You know what I'm saying? It's just embracing it. The good, the bad, the ugly, all that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That'll probably be it for me.
All right. Well,
they nailed it right there.
Yeah.
Both of them.
But like, just give your personal advice you'd give to young athletes.
I just say, be determined. Know exactly what you want. If you know what you want, continuously grind. Like don't stop. Like if you stop the grind, then you're not getting anything out of it. Yeah. Like he said, you working, but nobody owes you anything. Yeah. You just gotta be able to face reality sometimes. You know, what you want is not always what you're gonna get. Yeah. Just because you work, you're not gonna always see the end goal that you want. You know, like me, I thought I wanted to be an MLB player, but I'm facing reality, and it's like sometimes you just gotta realize you're not as good as you think sometimes. Yeah. And there's other things out there that you may be good at, and you just don't know it. So you just gotta find a way to find a variety of what you're good at, not just one thing. That's all I gotta say. To be honest.
For me, I got three things. Really, it's just first, man, just trust God with everything you got, with everything you do. Second, always just be yourself. Because people gonna tell you a lot of stuff. They're gonna do a lot of stuff. Just be yourself, man. And lastly, just have fun. At the end of the day, just have fun, bro. All this really, in reality, it don't matter. Just have fun. None of it, like, it matters, but it really doesn't if you really see what I'm talking about. But, like, yeah, man, just have fun. That's really all I gotta say. Well, man, I want to thank y'all boys for coming on the podcast with me today, man. I really, truly appreciate it, bro. Thank you for tuning in. Tune in to episode 5 coming out next week. Thank you.